One. Good morning, friends, followers, my awesome subscribers, my army of Trevites and cultists. Thank you very much for continuing to support my channel. It means a lot. Anyway, it is the start of a new month. It is the 1st of August. And we're starting off the 1st of August where the UK is in a shit state. I will point this out. Now, yesterday and the day before, there's a few things that I've pointed out. And I'm going to elaborate on them because some of my subscribers are really intelligent and some of my subscribers are idiots. So I will explain this for the idiots, not for the intelligent ones. Right, we'll start off by talking about Huw Edwards. Yes, Huw Edwards, the disgraced BBC news presenter, globally renowned for his deliver of the fact the Queen had passed away and his work. He's having, there's talk, there's rumbles that awards that he's been given in the past are going to be rekindled, taken from him. Yes, because nobody wants associated with a guy who's going to be a convicted pedo, do they? No, they don't. So that's going to happen, no doubt. Pleaded guilty, didn't he? 41 images. Not only 41 images, images with children as young as 7. As well as that, 2 videos. He had 2 videos of a boy under 9. Oh my God. And you know what? Tim Davies, in charge of the BBC, is being called before a board to speak about the BBC. This, in my opinion, is the end of the BBC. It is the end of them. Everyone now knows that the BBC is a corporation that has helped protect these people in the past. The BBC knew that Huw Edwards had been arrested in November. They knew he was charged last month. They're only blindsided because we found out. That is it. Now, I'm going to say one other thing about the BBC, and please check Google. Please go and have a look at it today. This is a corporation that we can all see have actively tried to suppress and hide these predators, these monsters from us. At the same time, these monsters have continued to do nasty things to our children, and they've been let away with it. Oh yes, we knew, yeah, we were what? It's a bit like the MI5 and MI6 where they say, yeah, we knew about him, he was on the watch list, but he slipped through the net. Isn't it weird that everyone on the watch list seems to slip through the net? In my opinion, I don't want to digress, but in my opinion, if you're on the watch list, then you should be brought in. Simple. Because everyone that commits these atrocities were always on a watch list. Yeah. But there we go. Yeah. Interesting. Anyway, let's go back to the BBC. The BBC have just recently stated, scratch my nose, has just recently stated, and I had to write this down. The BBC has just stated that the leader of Hamas that was killed, this is their words. Well, he was killed, but he was a moderate man, very, very pragmatic, a moderate man. He was the leader of a terrorist group, and he's being praised by the BBC. I mean, the BBC is steeped in hate. We don't need it. We don't. We really don't. Let's have another corporation come in, buy it out, get rid of it. I think if it had a new, do you know what? I think if we had a new corporation or something, things would be a lot better. But the BBC is steeped in hatred. For some reason, it's predators are us, eh? But let's move that along. Right. A 17-year-old boy has been charged with murder, but they still won't release his name. I'm being honest, they still won't release his name. And I find that shocking. The police would rather protect this one individual and not release his real name than have 50, 60 police officers injured because the public do not believe you. In fact, it's got to the stage now where the police has released a statement to the media and they're saying, it wasn't him. The name that was released on social media was done by Russia's hacked it. It was a Russian website. I mean, listen, I'm going to be honest. No one trusts the police anymore. No one trusts the police, and I'll tell you why. When the police release a statement, it's done by the chief constable. When the chief constable releases a statement, it's given to him by the Ministry of Justice. The Ministry of Justice have plebs and people in suits sit down and come up with a strap line, and once they're happy with the strap line, it goes up the chain and it's read out. So whenever a chief constable reads out a statement to us, it's not done by himself. He's told what to say. This has spread throughout the night. Throughout the night, there's been hundreds of arrests, dozens and dozens of police officers now on the sick, injured, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. But no one trusts the police anymore. We really don't. I find it strange. We can't release his name because he's 17, he's under 18. Really? But yet young men and women join the military, and if they fuck up, and you release their names because they're a member of the armed forces. They're 17 and 18, but they're still in the armed forces. You don't mind releasing their name. Oh, and Labour wanted to introduce votes for 16-year-olds. Oh, but you won't release it. The 17-year-old is an adult. He's been charged with murder. Release his name to the public and put an end to the riots. If it is a guy of a certain demographic, we will know. You can't hide from the public. You can't. The mob know what police station he's in. They know. They're going to wait. They know where he is. Just release the name and save the lives of hundreds of other people that could possibly lose their lives through rioting, through your incompetence. Just my opinion. And there's one thing that I will point out today, by the way, and that is the EDL. I've had it up to here with people telling me they don't exist, decade. Let me tell you something. I'm from Northern Ireland. Many, many years ago, we signed a Good Friday Agreement over there, which meant the IRA, the real IRA, the continuity IRA, the provisional IRA, the UDA, the UVA, we all went, okay, that's them all gone. But there's always a famous saying in Northern Ireland, and I'll point this out to you. They haven't gone away, you know. Just because someone hands in weapons doesn't mean to say they're handing in their shit and they've got better weapons in a cache somewhere else. So all the organisations in Northern Ireland, okay, still exist. They're just not mobilised. And I'll point this out. The EDL may not be mobilised, but they still exist. There is a chain of command and someone has a list of names. Because, for some reason, buses and coaches of men keep turning up in different towns and causing riots. Do not think for 1 minute that that is the local population had enough, because it's not. We've all had enough. We've all had enough of this shit. But we're not rioting. Yeah, it's a special type of dickhead that riots. It is. So I'm telling you now, the EDL may not exist, but they haven't gone away, you know. And I'll point that out. And anyone that says different is a knobhead, okay? Use your brain. Use your brain. It's organised chaos. I mean, whenever I see a police van setting fire, the way it is, and the way I am now in my life, I look at £100,000 up in smoke. Where's that money going to come from? That's another fact. I mean, we all have to have cutbacks now to pay for all this damage. Ordinary people in towns losing their cars, they can't go to work now. I mean, it's shocking. I mean, imagine being such a scumbag, that you get the faces of the 3 passed away angels put on a t-shirt to justify your rioting. It's disgusting. The parents don't want it. The families don't want it. And what you are doing is you're using the death of these kids to throw out your hatred and your nonsense. And it's disgusting. It really is. Yes, the police have failed, but so have many of you for joining in on the mob rule. Okay? Fucking scum of the earth. Anyway, I've had my rant about that. I've got it out the way. What's the next story? King Charles. King Charles is refusing to accept any incoming calls from his deranged son. He won't take any calls. It's done. It's got to the stage now where I believe... In fact, you know what? There's a story about Meghan Markle today, and I don't believe it. Should I talk about it? I don't believe it. I mean... Allegedly, she's telling Harry, you need to drop this issue with having security. You need to drop it. No. Trying to come out as the... and shocking. Yeah. It's almost as bad as Kamala Harris now telling people she's black. A bit like Meghan Markle. Because I've just seen a video this morning, I may put it out later, I've just seen a video this morning where Kamala Harris was on a cooking show with an Indian woman, and the Indian woman goes, well, we're going to cook some Indian food because, and Kamala Harris goes, yeah, I'm Indian, yeah, I'm it. You were Indian a couple of years ago, and now you're coming across as a black woman. A bit like Meghan Markle, in my opinion. There we go. But forget about the retinol. The worst story I've heard in a long time, the worst story is this. The mastermind behind 9/11, where over 3,000 people died. It caused countries to unite and go to war, where tens of thousands of our soldiers were injured and mutilated. Well, guess what? Under this Biden administration, it could only happen under Biden administration. Well, he's put in a plea deal with the US, and the US government, the White House administration, have agreed to a plea deal with the guy responsible for a war and thousands of lives. What a kick in the bollocks that is. Really? There should be no negotiation with these people at all. But no. The weak US administration have went, yeah, okay, we'll accept the plea deal. There should never be a plea deal. They should deal with him the same way they dealt with bin Laden, in my opinion. There we go. Where do we go from here? Now, I know I'm going to get loads of questions. I've given you facts, okay? Facts. Look them up. And I will leave this message with something from Northern Ireland. We haven't gone away, you know. It's a famous saying. Everyone in Northern Ireland understands it. I just wish people in England would understand it. But maybe there's a twist of events here. The English used to laugh at the Irish calling the stick paddies. And now the world is looking at England and go, fuck me, you're all thick. Exactly. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, but stay safe.